Steelers fans, close your eyes for a second. It's OTAs in Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers walks into the huddle at 42 years old. That same cold stare, that same laser arm. And suddenly, the entire offense feels like they can beat anybody. The man who once destroyed them in the playoffs is now wearing black and gold again. But here's what nobody's telling you. What do the actual NFL legends, the Hall of Famers who faced him, the Super Bowl champions who played with him, the current stars sharing the locker room with him right now, what do they really think about this move? Is he still the greatest passer the league has ever seen? Or is this just a beautiful lie that ends in heartbreak? We're pulling every raw, unfiltered tape. The ones that will make you stand up. The ones that will piss you off. The ones that might just convince you this is the year Pittsburgh finally gets over the hump. If you're ready for the truth, drop your boldest prediction in the comments right now. Rodgers to the AFC Championship or complete disaster? Smash that like button like you mean it, and subscribe because this channel is about to go nuclear on every big NFL story. Let's get into it.
If DK pops off on somebody, which I give him full reign to do, and I encourage him to. I mean, I don't know if anybody look over DK and go, well, I might test him. There's something to that where you have the physical presence. And I'm not saying that you're bullying people. That's not what I'm saying at all. Skyler got knocked down early in camp. And I walked out there like, what the hell just happened? I looked back and nobody was walking out there on the field. You're the big brothers out there. You protect everybody from DK to me to whoever's in there quarterback or whoever's in there running back. I don't care if it's preseason, practice, whatever. You got to protect them. And I'm not talking about instigating fights. I'm just talking about backing your brothers up. Right. So they know on the field, don't fuck with us.
Steelers.
They still got A-Rod, ain't it?
Second, Kelly Green.
That's too close, though.
No.
Usually that.
What? But is Aaron coming back?
Either you want to be a Steeler or you don't.
You went for that one, didn't you?
You tell me who you believe will be the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers next season.
Man, if you got a gun to my head, I'd say it's AR.
The long national nightmare is over. Aaron Rodgers is back in Pittsburgh.
Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers under a rush. Touchdown. Calvin Austin.
Rodgers protected.
He's been washed for the last 3 full seasons that he's played quarterback. The Steelers, by paying him $25 million, are just trying to send a message of he'll be worth $25 million. He won't be. A cornerstone NFL franchise, the Pittsburgh Steelers, have had to fall back into the Aaron Rodgers trap, and it's just sad to me. I hope they can reach back into the glorious Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy past, in which they won 1 Super Bowl together 16 years ago. It won't work, and I just say to the Pittsburgh Steelers, good luck.
He took us to the playoffs last year, and it's not like he's breaking the bank. He's not making 60 like Dak. If Aaron Rodgers can't make the same amount of money as Malik Willis, what the are we talking about? They kind of needed A-Rod, and they kind of paid him $25 million. That's not a lot of money, in my opinion, when we're talking about what the quarterbacks are making nowadays. And I think he will have success. The North is going to have 3 teams with double-digit wins in it. Pittsburgh could be one of them. He definitely deserved $25 million.
It's like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. Who else is out there? 22 for Aaron Rodgers, I think, is a steal.
The problem with Pittsburgh right now is they get to the playoffs every year, but they don't get over the hump, so they're never in a position to draft a quarterback high in the first round. He was the best option for Pittsburgh at quarterback this year.
Aaron Rodgers is officially back. It's a 1-year deal. So I've been critical of the Steelers. Now, I would feel bad for the Steelers if they really did care about it or they got trapped because there wasn't a lot of options. Just in the last year to 2, they could have signed Sam Darnold for under $40 million. They could have drafted Jackson Dart. They had the 21st pick. Guess what they took? A defensive tackle. So Pittsburgh. Kyler Murray was available. Do you know how much it cost the Vikings? $1.3 million. Here are the Steelers quarterback rankings since 2019. They are 29th in passing yards, 26th in passing first downs, They are tied for 26 in passing touchdowns. Passer rating 23rd. It's not working. This idea they were kumbaya is just bullshit. There was a story I read somewhere about people that dated for years and years. Now they were in their 40s. They go on Facebook, meet each other. They reconnect. The article was, your memories are much greater than reality. Like your memories are, oh, the sex was good. Or, oh, I had so much fun with her. And then you reconnect on Facebook. And after about 2 dates, you're like, oh, God, this is why I dumped him or I dumped her. And it's the same way as people want to pretend that Mike and Aaron, it wasn't that bad. It was bad. I had this really well sourced. They're like, Aaron couldn't stand Mike. It was awful. Who are we kidding here? This idea they were kumbaya is just bullshit.
It got really bad. Clearly, they've rekindled a little bit over the years, just BSing. If you were betting, the likelihood that it kind of goes like last year a little bit better or could go worse, you would just bet on the odds that 42-year-old quarterback it goes worse.
Aaron Rodgers is back with the Pittsburgh Steelers, agreeing to terms just before the start of this year's OTA sessions. It actually gives him more time in the offseason program to spend with the Steelers, the teammates, the coaching staff, than he did last year when he didn't show up until the very end for the mandatory minicamp. So it took a while to get there. There was a lot of speculation as to what was going to happen. But at the end of the day, the Steelers needed Rodgers, and Rodgers needed the Steelers. No one else was throwing him a starting job. And without him, let's face it, and all due respect to Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, Drew Aller, they would have been screwed without Aaron Rodgers. Now they at least have a chance to be competitive. What does competitive mean? Does it mean 10-7, playoff berth, and a one and done? That's still better than bottoming out, although some Steelers fans would just as soon bottom out so they could get themselves in position to get not a Band-Aid at the quarterback position, but a long-term answer. That long-term answer won't be coming until 2027 at the earliest, because for 2026, it's Aaron Rodgers back for a second and probably final season in Pittsburgh.
You're going to have a pivotal player at the quarterback position. Got a chance to see him in person today, and he threw like 4 or 5 footballs that made me feel the same way I felt in 2010, 2011 Super Bowl when we couldn't do nothing with him here. I'd have 2 rings if not for him. What have you seen from Aaron Rodgers that made you just say he still got it?
Still got it. Oh my goodness. And well, first off, I'm just about to take away like his arm talent and his precision, his accuracy, and the no-look passes and all that. Forget about all that for the second. Can't forget about it, but for the second, forget about it. The confidence that he brings, that whole offense, like everybody around him wants to be great, and it's kind of like nobody wants to let him down. Yeah. The best teams that I've been on, that's been like how the whole team is. When I was in LA, I didn't want to let AD down. I did not want to let Aaron Donald down. Wow. Other guys on the team felt the same way. Right. I didn't want to let the secondary down. They was looking at me to lock up number 1 receivers. I didn't want to let them down. You know, the other defensive linemen didn't want to let AD down. The other edge rushers didn't want to let Vaughn down. You know what I'm saying? Then on the offensive side, our receivers did not want to let Matthew down. They wanted to prove that he could be that piece and do it. You know what I'm saying? The other receivers didn't want to let Odell down, Cup down. You know what I mean? The running backs, Sony and Darryl, they didn't want to let nobody down. The offensive linemen didn't want to have Stafford be touched. They didn't want to let him down. Like, that's how I feel that A-Rob is doing for the offense right now, and I feel that is probably the most important thing. Like, man, the lineman be pissed off if he getting touched. That's how it should be. You should feel that way. The running backs want to have a good running game so that they can open it up for him so he can sling the ball around crazy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? DK, the other receivers, the receivers don't want to let DK down. They don't want to have him take the whole, you know, they don't want it all to be on him. Everybody wants to step up. Everybody wants to be great. And I think that's like a big, important key in bringing all of it together. And then obviously you got the special one-on-one stuff that he does that it's like, yo, I don't even know how to defend this. I don't even know how to guard this. You know, and then he's building the chemistry with DK, his tight ends, and everybody. It's like, yo, some of this stuff is insane. It's only making us better in practice too.
Hold up, limitless. They got some guy pinning it. I thought they here to witness it.
If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got to know what you're signing up for. I think that is so well said. I just showed you a clip that another guy from ESPN posted, I think Ben Solak, last year, that even on some of the short potential completions, Rodgers simply did not want to get hit, and he wasn't all that accurate for the most part.
No. And that's going to be the thing. If you put a little pressure on him, he's going to first think about self-preservation. And again, at that age and given what he's been through, I think that's a normal human thought. Don't get hit. Don't put yourself. But in doing so, and some of those clips indicate that he felt the pressure enough where his accuracy, which is normally very good, was in jeopardy, because then he's not going to make the same accurate throw, even in short distances. So, that's going to be the thing.
It's awesome. I mean, I was excited. I was happy to see him back. Obviously, to have our leader back from last year, kind of having a year with him and kind of learning from him, it's kind of just picked up where we left off. It felt like we never really left, him being back in the huddle. But Will, Mason, and Drew have done a good job the past couple of weeks of just making sure that we're all on the same page. But like I said, it's nice to have A back.
Did someone ask a question about would I take Aaron in his prime or Patrick Mahomes now? I would take Aaron in his prime over Patrick now. Aaron Rodgers in his prime, one of the top few to ever do it. So is Patrick Mahomes at his prime. Patrick Mahomes is just like entering out of his prime, I think. I think Patrick Mahomes is a phenomenal. He's going to go down as another arguable GOAT. If we're talking prime and prime, then I'm gonna really have to think hard on that. Like I am. No stretch of the imagination am I saying Patrick Mahomes is not good.
He's won a Super Bowl, many championship games. He's a winner, and I think what I've always appreciated about him, what everybody does, is his ability to throw a football and pass it. It's like in Aaron in his prime, to me, is the greatest passer of the football the league's ever seen. He could get the ball from point A to B faster and more accurate than any player, I think, in the history of the NFL.
I agree. Aaron Rodgers is the best passer of all time. You can't argue with the greatest quarterback of all time.
I said this, that anytime someone asks me about it, I'm like, Aaron is, you can say what you want about Aaron, but he's arguably the greatest playmaker in the game right now. I mean, he can, for lack of a better term, he can make chicken salad out of chicken shit pretty quickly. But I think with their defense and with Aaron healthy, there's no reason that they can't compete for the AFC Championship.
What do you think about possibly Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback?
That's a joke. He shouldn't. That is just, to me, is a joke. What are you going to bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? I mean,
that's not the Steelers' way, right?
No, man. That guy needs to stay in California and go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there.
100%.
Who has the better quarterback, Rodgers or Brady?
The better quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. The more accomplished quarterback, the quarterback that has had the best career is Tom Brady. And prior to seeing Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers was the most gifted thrower of the football that I'd ever laid eyes on. And I was in the era smack dab. And I remember Dan Marino, played with Dan Marino in a couple of Super Bowls. But Aaron Rodgers was the most gifted thrower of the football that I had ever seen. And his ability to throw the ball from different arm angles, from different platforms, rolling left, rolling right, and throw with accuracy is what set him apart from any other quarterback that we had ever seen.
Aaron's proven that he's won a Super Bowl, many championship games. He's a winner. And I think what I've always appreciated about him, what everybody does, is his ability to throw a football and pass it. It's like in Aaron in his prime, to me, is the greatest passer of the football the league's ever seen. He could get the ball from point A to B faster and more accurate than any player, I think, in the history of the NFL.
It's something I'm sure he's always been able to do. But little tricks of that one. That's a great throw there.
That throw.
Just fitting that one in.
He threw it right by that linebacker's ear. The guy never even saw it. It was right off his ear.
He had no option but to catch that ball. That ball was just implanted in the chest right there.
No, the ball caught him. The ball caught Onion.
But here you go. They're out of their two shell.
Too deep. Now they're back to the too deep.
This looks like your two-man right here, Pate. Here's everybody's playing two-man.
I mean,
you had the underneath route. So no,
you had every
post. I'm scoring. I'm feeling it. He's feeling it right now. Just hit the go route. Now he's throwing everything down the field.
In the end, Rodgers is just too good.
He made some throws that only Rodgers can make. We had pretty good coverage on some of those, and he just, he's just too smart, too good, too accurate. And in the end, he got us. We couldn't quite do enough.
Your take on Aaron Rodgers? Is he still capable of leading championship football?
I think so. Look, the guy's super talented. Probably has, arguably one of the best arms of all time. He's just kind of elastic. So I don't have any insight on that. Hopefully he gets with the team soon and kind of gets going. So be fun to see him back out there on the field.
The ad lib component of his game. Yeah. A lot of times there's negativity that comes with the ad lib, but the great ones, they manage that well, and he certainly fits into that category. His ability to extend plays and ad lib without offensive negativity has been really impressive over the course of his career.
They chipped, he got the ball out, as quick as possible, and there weren't a lot of situations in which even if I was running, that I could have got there. So I think that was a situation for all of us. The way he was getting it out or sprinting out to the other side. He moved behind the line of scrimmage more than he has in the last couple of years, and that wasn't by mistake.
He's like LeBron. He's a longevity king of the NFL, and he's starting to approach Brady-esque. I got him 12th overall on my all-time list.
That's higher than I was expecting you to say, honestly.
I was expecting like 20.
Yeah.
Really?
You just talk so poorly of him.
I do have him above Marino, Reese, Johnny Unitas, Roethlisberger, Steve Young. I got him ahead of them just because of 4 MVPs and the duration of it. He's like LeBron. He's a longevity king of the NFL, and he's starting to approach Brady-esque on longevity. So I give him that. I'm trying to be nice to him today, but he's 12th on my list.
It's really nice to hear some nice things about him.
I got to tell you about what's going on with this guy Aaron that I know. I'm not a fan of his.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of my friends are.
Okay. Why don't you like him?
I'm more like indifferent about him.
Okay.
He was in this long-term thing with this person from Wisconsin.
Okay.
So it was a great relationship.
What was past then?
The person from Wisconsin started looking at other options.
And Aaron,
while they were still with Aaron.
And Aaron knew.
Aaron was kind of cool about it. Not cool with it, but cool about it. He was
not letting it bother him too much.
Yeah, he moves to New York.
So he finds out Wisconsin
has found somebody new, younger.
Oh.
Links up in New York 1 week into them dating. He got into an accident.
What kind of accident?
He hurt his entire leg.
Ow, like a car accident?
It felt like one. All of the friends who love this person from New York were like, this always happens with our friend. It can never be perfect. Something always has to go wrong for them.
Oh my God, he got into an accident. It's not his fault.
No, I know, but that's how these people think. Okay. Fast forward to now. These rumors start swirling. He's going to go to Pittsburgh for somebody.
Fuck's in Pittsburgh?
We're waiting and waiting and waiting to see, is Aaron going to go into Pittsburgh and take this seriously, or is this just he doesn't want to be alone?
Sounds like Wisconsin really broke his heart.
That's exactly what happened. And you know what's crazy? The person who Wisconsin chose over Aaron, their last name, Love.
Oh my God.
How crazy is that?
You know what? It's like that Netflix show. Love ended up being a killer.
Yeah. And that's what's going on right now.
What's the most amount of pain you've experienced?
The breakup with Aaron in 2020. Yeah. Why? Because it was sudden and because the nature of the relationship was emotionally abusive, so that wore me down to nothing. Everything was torn to bits. He leaves a trail of blood. I don't think I'm saying too much, earth-shattering stuff. There's been enough out there.
There has been, especially recently, and
But it gave me the greatest gift. Right. The greatest gift, which was myself. It gave me the greatest gift of how much I needed to show up for myself. The only time I've ever been lonely was when I was in a relationship where I was furthest from myself. So the closer you are to yourself and who you are, the happier you're going to be.
It's the Sage Seal Show.